The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 5 graded stakes from opening weekend at Santa Anita, including a dominant victory by a champion-elect in the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes and a last-to-first winner of the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes. We begin with sprinters at Aqueduct in the Gravesend Stakes. In the final start of his career, multiple Grade 1 winner Palace, the 11-10 favorite. John Embrial has the call.
The quarter went in 22-2. Green Grotto has opened up here. Green Grotto has a 7-length lead at the top of the stretch. Green Grotto in front as they head for home. Alex the Terror in second, and then Jake and Elwood, Palace, and Fabulous Kid. Green Grotto in command with 1/8 of a mile to the finish. It's Green Grotto. The lead, 5 or 6 lengths. Then Alex the Terror, Palace, and Jake and Elwood. But it's Green Grotto. And he buried this field in the Gravesend.
Green Grotto spoils the career finale of Palace by 5 3/4 lengths, while under a hand ride by Kendrick Carmouche. 6 furlongs in 109 4, a 107 Beyer speed figure. Green Grotto was last seen defeating Palace by a head in the Grade 3 Fall Highweight Handicap. The 5-year-old horse by Here's Zealous was bred in New Jersey by Cas Hill Farm. Green Grotto has earned $635,000 for trainer Gaston Grant and Anthony Grant. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. To Laurel Park for the Dave's Friend Stakes. Heaven's Runway, the 2-1 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
A sharp beach hut into the far turn, tracked by Majestic Cassar in the second spot. And Heaven's Runway up on the outside, still with run from third position. Always Sunshine is next in fourth, and Jackson the deck. Rainbow Air has slipped back just a bit now, ridden along about 6 off the lead, followed by Demon Buster in service for 10. At the quarter pole, top of the stretch, the half in 45 4/5 of a second. Majestic Cassar drifting wide off the turn. Always Sunshine, Beach Hut back inside, now still fighting on from third position as Heaven's Runway on the far outside seems even paced in fourth. Here comes Always Sunshine. Always Sunshine with an inside run of 16 to go. Always Sunshine, Majestic Cassar, and Beach Hut. It's Always Sunshine. And Frankie Pennington to take it by 2 of the Dave's Friend.
Always Sunshine runs by Majestic Cassar to score officially by 1 3/4. Frankie Pennington aboard the Florida bred in 110 flat. Always Sunshine stepping up the Stakes Company off a 13 1/4 length victory and an entry-level allowance at Parks Racing. Edward Allard trains the winner. Always Sunshine has earned $151,000. The 3-year-old colt by West Acre was bred in Florida by his owner, Gilbert G. Campbell. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. To Gulfstream Park for sprinting fillies and mares and the Grade 3 Sugar Swirl Stakes. Stone-tastic, the 1-5 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
Dogwood Trail and Best Behavior lead the way on the far turn, and some early trouble here for Stone-tastic, who's forced to sit just behind them and run in third position, not her normal spot. And then it's Naval Command in fourth, followed by You Bought Her in fifth, and they're coming toward the top of the stretch. And it's Best Behavior, Dogwood Trail, and Stone-tastic right behind them. Going to swing to the outside. Let's see if she can come off the pace here. They're into the stretch, a 45 flat half mile. Best Behavior, Stone-tastic's running at her. Best Behavior, Stone-tastic on the outside trying to get by. And then it's Dogwood Trail, You Bought Her on the outside. Stone-tastic's coming up empty. And it's Best Behavior. Best Behavior will win the Sugar Swirl.
5-1 Best Behavior by Spendthrift Farm Stallion into Mischief takes it by 2 lengths over odds on favorite Stone-tastic, who noses out You Bought Her for place. John Velasquez aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 109 3. Runner-up in the Grade 3 Rampart Stakes in her first start off a 5-month layoff, Best Behavior records her first stakes victory. Trainer Marty Wolfson claimed the Ontario-bred 5-year-old mare on behalf of Miller Racing for $62,500 out of a winning effort over the track 16 months ago. A $10,000 Keeneland September yearling, Best Behavior has earned $344,000. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the January sales. Turf sprinters at Santa Anita in the Grade 3 Daytona Stakes. No Silent, a slight favorite at 4-1. Frank Miramonte has the call.
Rocket Heat is the target at the top of the stretch. Richard's Boy is now coming after him from second. No Silent also being worked upon. Holy Loot moving through in the red cap along the fence. And then comes the Great War. They're a furlong from the finish. And Rocket Heat is now asked to go on. But here comes Richard's Boy gobbling up the ground. On the outside, the Great War is also finishing very strongly. Too Windy to Haul Rocks in the center of the course is rolling late, as is Coastline. A driving finish, Rocket Heat. Here's Too Windy to Haul Rocks to mow them all down.
21-1, Too Windy to Haul Rocks rallies to defeat 52-1 Stablemate Coastline by a neck with 41-1 long shot Rocket Heat third. Tiago Pereira aboard in 114-1. Phil D'Amato trains the winner and the runner-up. After finishing third in the Grade 3 Seabiscuit handicap, Too Windy to Haul Rocks gets his first stakes victory. The 4-year-old colt by Harlan's Holiday was bred in Kentucky by Classic Oaks Farm. A $20,000 yearling and a $60,000 2-year-old. Too Windy to Haul Rocks has earned $310,000 for Queen Bee Racing. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Here comes Blame! Blame has won it ahead!
A photo finish that Blame got!
6 graded stakes wins, 3 Grade 1 victories, 9 consecutive 100-plus buyers. And now, Blame has sired graded stakes quality from his first crop. His first runners are stars at tracks across the country.
It's far from over with a terrific performance!
Eclipse champion Blame at Claiborne Farm.
Winning a Grade 1 at Keeneland at 2? That's pretty good.
And Carpe Diem has seized the day at Keeneland.
But to come back at 3 and win Keeneland's biggest race, that's a giant accomplishment.
Final furlong of the Toyota Bluegrass. It will be Carpe Diem rolling through Lexington.
He seized his opportunity. Now it's time to seize yours.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Mathis Brothers Mile just ahead of this segment. We begin with marathon turf horses in the Grade 3 WL McKnight Handicap at Gulfstream Park. The Big Hoss, the 7-5 favorite, Larry Comas has the call.
They move on to the backstretch. War Dancer takes the lead here clearly now. War Dancer to the front by a full length as Charming Kitten takes second from Beyond Smart, who has come under a ride and is starting to lose ground to the pacemakers. And then the big hoss on the outside of Kygan. In behind them, Rochadoro. And then to the outside comes Manchurian High, followed by St. Albans Boy and Morning Calm, and it's War Dancer, who leads the field into the far turn from Charming Kitten, who creeps closer. And now these two are noses apart on the lead. Charming Kitten pokes a neck in front of War Dancer. And Big Hoss is third on the outside of them. Kygan is fourth. And they're coming to the top of the stretch. War Dancer fights on inside of Charming Kitten. These two turn for home together. Then comes Kygan, who is now moved up into third. And here comes Kygan now. And Kygan runs up alongside of Charming Kitten, and Charming Kitten fights right back. Charming Kitten, Kygan, bobbing heads in the McKnight. Charming Kitten would not be denied.
Charming Kitten holds off Kygan by a neck, giving John Velasquez his second graded stakes victory on the card. Time of the race, 2:27.3. Winner of the 2-mile Belmont Gold Cup as a 4-year-old, the Todd Pletcher trainee cuts back to 1.5 miles to join the ranks of graded stakes winners. The 5-year-old horse by Kitten's Joy was bred in Kentucky by his owners, Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey. Charming Kitten has earned nearly $874,000. Darby Dan Farms leading freshman sire American Lion. Tisnow's brilliant graded stakes winner at both 2 and 3. American Lion's first crop includes the promising colt Extinct Charm, who forged onto the Kentucky Derby Trail with his victory in the $100,000 Damon Runyon Stakes at Aqueduct last Saturday. To Santa Anita for the Grade 2 Mathis Brothers Mile on turf. The 6-5 favorite. Frank Miramati picks up the call.
Onto the backstretch they go, and Acceptance opens up 2. Tracking beautifully from second in cruise control. A gap of 3, Crittenton is now back to third. They're followed by Mr. Brightside making progress on the outside. He's eager to run and tugging hard to join third outside of Crittenton with a half-mile left to go in the Mathis Brothers Mile. They're followed by Ocho, 6 off the lead. Ike Walker is next. Soul Driver is widest of all. He's 7 lengths off the pace. Inside of him, Fueled by Bourbon, is trying to make some progress, looking for some racing room. Professor Burns, Perfectly Majestic inside of him, and Vigilantes at the back. Has made his move powerfully up alongside of Acceptance at the top of the stretch. Mr. Brightside in striking range. On the outside, Soul Driver is making some headway, and here comes Perfectly Majestic now with a dangerous rally. He poses a threat to in the final 16th. Or Perfectly Majestic, but has something left, and it's under a hand ride. An impressive winner of the Mathis Brothers Mile.
By Ashford Stud Stallion Munnings, the winner by a length and 3/4 over Perfectly Majestic. Vigilante third for Sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Gary Stevens aboard in 1:35.2. Winner of the Grade 2 Del Mar Derby and the Grade 2 Twilight Derby, the Dan Hendricks trainee was coming off a close third-place finish in the Grade 1 Hollywood Derby. The 3-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Lavin Bloodstock, Bernie Sams, and William S. Ferris Jr. It was a $60,000 Keeneland September yearling. Serene Family Trust purchased the winner for $125,000 as a 2-year-old. Has earned $550,000. Paid $440 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is multiple Grade 1 winning millionaire Palace, the fastest son of leading sire City Zip. His final time of 1:08.2 at the Grade 1 Vanderbilt Handicap was the fastest running since champion sprinter and leading sire Speightstown. Palace is now available for inspection.
Some horses are so brilliant, they make you stop and take notice.
Fort Larden is giving way, it's cross traffic.
Some are bred on a perfect cross.
Then on the outside is Mucho Macho Man, Ron the Greek down toward the rail.
This horse has it all. Plus, traffic stopping good looks, cross traffic, unbridled songs, fastest son.
Cross traffic will take his place among the top handicap horses in the country.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
City Wolf and Emma Jane Wilson, outstanding in the Durham Cup. City Wolf won it by 2, and City Wolf has collared the leaders. And it's City Wolf, and it's just a matter of how much you'll win by. City Wolf going away in the third.
City Wolf, a graded stakes winner by leading sire Giants Causeway, and a half-brother to leading sires Ghost Sapper and City Zip, standing at Adena Springs South.
Don't you know Hail Marys are long shots? But even a long shot can be a winner, like at Tampa Bay Downs. Because at Tampa Bay Downs, well, jockey?
At Tampa Bay Downs, you can have a lot of fun, maybe win a little money, watching the horses run.
Awesome. Grandstand admission is free on weekdays and only $2 on weekends. So you think you can catch a race or two?
Yeah, maybe a long shot will pay off for me.
Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
OBS presents a spectacular season for 2016. The new year begins with the OBS Championship Stakes January 26th, followed by the Winter Mix Sale January 27th and 28th. The 2-year-old sale season gets underway with the March sale on the 15th and 16th. The spring sale of 2-year-olds is April 19th through 22nd, and 2-year-olds and horses of racing age will be offered June 14th through 17th. OBS, we measure success by performance. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes coming up in this segment. We begin with turf fillies and mares at Gulfstream Park and the Grade 3 La Proviant Handicap. Goldie Esponi, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Larry Colmus.
They've gone 3 quarters in an easy 1:16-4, and so they go on to the backstretch. Advantage Goldie Esponi, who leads the way at an easy tempo up the backstretch. 3/4 of a length promotional second on the outside. Maximova and Rosalind in behind them. Then it's Got a Chance to Dance in 5th. Dido 6th on the inside of Key Dancer. And then it's Charlie A. Habibi. Trophy has been guided to the outside for a clear run, and she's 7 lengths off the lead. And now she's ahead of Walk Close. And they make their way into the far turn. Still Goldie Esponi on top a half length. Brian Pedroza asking more now from promotional. Outside of her, it's Rosalind in 3rd, and Maximova is 4th, and has saved every step of the way, riding the rail as they come to the top of the stretch, and it is Goldie Esponi off the turn in front. Maximova comes off the rail now to try to make a race of it. On the outside comes Rosalind in 3rd. Goldie Esponi still going strong, coming by the 16th pole in front from Maximova, and Rosalind and Goldie Esponi goes all the way.
The heavy favorite Goldie Esponi takes the field gate to wire to defeat 35-1 long shot Maximova by a length and a half. Javier Castellano aboard in 2:29-2. The 5th victory and 4th stakes win in 6 starts during the season for the French-bred 4-year-old filly by Vesponi, who was coming off a front-running score in the Grade 3 Long Island Handicap. Chad Brown trains the marathon turf specialist for Swift Thoroughbreds and Bradley Thoroughbreds. Goldie Esponi has earned nearly $582,000. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Santa Anita for turf fillies and mares and the Grade 3 Robert J. Frankel Stakes. Glory, the 5-2 favorite. Frank Miramati picks up the call.
The leader is Glory as they round the first turn, uncontested and doing it comfortably. In front by 2 to Gender Agenda in 2nd. They're followed by Alexis Tangier and Honey Ride side by side. Behind them comes Rusty Slipper racing in between horses. And Gas Total is just outside of her with 5.5 lengths to make up. 3 Hearts hugs the rail just behind horses. Stormy Lucy is traveling comfortably enough. She's in heavy traffic at this point. Warren's Vanita is just behind her. Star Act is widest of all, and inside of her comes Peace and War, 7 lengths off the lead, and the trailer is Fresh Feline. Understandably, several in traffic into the far turn as Glory just sails along, opens up 2 lengths. Gender Agenda has been 2nd, Alexis Tangier 3rd, Rusty Slipper in 4th. Honey Ride is on the outside in 5th. 3 Hearts is looking for some racing room. She's starting to rally in the red cap, and Stormy Lucy will swing to the outside for her rally. They're heading to the 8th pole. Alexis Tangier on the outside. Gender Agenda at the rail comes Glory. Behind them, Rusty Slipper is closing furiously, and Stormy Lucy. It's a driving wild finish. Gender Agenda is just in front, and Gender Agenda has won the Robert Frankel.
10-1 Gender Agenda takes it by a neck over 4-1 Stormy Lucy, who noses out the favorite Glory. One of 3 winners on the card for Rafael Bejarano. Time of the race 150-1. Third in the Grade 2 Golden Cova Stakes 2 starts back. Gender Agenda gets her first stakes victory. The Carla Gaines trainee was coming off a 5th place finish in the Grade 1 Matriarch Stakes. The English-bred 4-year-old filly by Holy Roman Emperor is owned by Stronach Group executives Keith Bragpool, Alan Ossip, and Tim Ritvo. Gender Agenda has earned $287,000. Time for 3-year-old stakes action presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. 3-year-old fillies at Santa Anita and the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes, cavorting the 7-5 favorite. Once again, here's Frank Miramati.
And they're off Finna La Brea. Ben's Duchess begins smoothly. Hot City Girl is now sprinting up quickly, though, to take over. Finest City is showing good early speed, now a joint second. Maybelline is up close through the opening furlong. She's only a length and a half off Hot City Girl, who's racing a bit off the rail. Finest City now engages her. Ben's Duchess is in between them up close. Pleasant Tales is only a length and a half off the lead, and Moyo Honey is in that group. Maybelline backs off just a touch. Cavorting is just inside of her. Then it's Rat-a-Tap-Tap, and Bird at the Wire is the distant trailer. Hot City Girl leads 3/4 of a length past the half-mile pole with Ben's Duchess in good striking range second. Finest City on the outside. Moyo Honey bobbled just a bit and lost some action. They're followed by Pleasant Tales, who's racing about 5 lengths off the lead. Cavorting has made steady progress. She's on the fence, only 3.5 off the pace. Rat-a-Tap-Tap. Bird at the Wire is widest of all, trying to rally from well out of it. Hot City Girl has enjoyed a soft journey throughout. Cavorting is coming after her in second. Ben's Duchess is next. The Ortiz brothers 1-2 with a furlong left to go. Hot City Girl, extreme outside. Bird at the Wire is finishing well. Cavorting is on the inside, but it's Hot City Girl by 2. Here's Bird at the Wire, erupting in the center of the track. Bird at the Wire. Bird at the Wire gets up.
10-1 Bird at the Wire rallies from last to defeat front-running Hot City Girl by half a length. Mike Smith aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 123-1. An early season standout after winning the Grade 2 Forward Gal Stakes and the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks, the Dale Romans trainee went to the sidelines for 6 months after finishing 5th in the Grade 1 Kentucky Oaks. She was favored in her last 2 starts against older fillies and mares at Churchill Downs, but could not get the job done. The filly by Summerbird was bred in Kentucky by Lynn and Kathy Jones. A $23,000 yearling, Bird at the Wire has earned $569,000 for Forum Racing 4. Coming up, a brilliant conclusion to a championship campaign.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity-Burg. Jackson Bend 4 outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
A great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park. Excitement and fun, see the horses run. Any day or night, it feels so right. Come on, everyone, it's a sure thing. You'll find it here any time of the year. A great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the 11th Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
We've waited nearly 4 decades for a horse to conquer the American Classics. He was worth the wait.
The 37-year wait is over. American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown. A Triple Crown winner
outstanding at Coolmore America, home of champions.
For yearlings, brood mares, breeding prospects, and racing prospects. Shop the Keeneland January Horses of All Ages sale, because opportunity has no off-season. The Keeneland January Horses of All Ages sale, Monday, January 11th through Friday, January 15th.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Santa Anita for 3-year-olds in the Grade 1 Malibu Stakes. Breeders' Cup Sprint champion Run Happy, the 1-2 favorite. Here's the call by Frank Miramati.
And they're off. It was a very clean beginning, and Run Happy is sent right to the front. He quickly takes the lead. Marking came away in good order and is now rushing up to challenge him in second. Just behind them, Bad Reed Sanchez third through the opening furlong, and Lord Nelson not far away, 3 lengths off Run Happy. Watershed is next. Then it's El Kabir, and Pain and Misery is the trailer. 5 furlongs to run in the Malibu, and Run Happy shows the way 3/4 of a length. Marking tries to put some pressure on him second. Then it's Bad Reed Sanchez third, Lord Nelson fourth, 4 lengths off the lead, and Run Happy starts to sneak away into the far turn. Watershed is in fifth. He's 7 lengths off the leader. El Kabir is asked to pick it up. Pain and Misery is far back. Less than 3/8 of a mile to go, and Run Happy's clear by 2.5 lengths. Marking is fully extended in second. Lord Nelson is third. He's 4 lengths off Run Happy at the top of the stretch. Watershed is far back than El Kabir. Top of the lane, Gary Stevens has been the perfect passenger for Run Happy. He's clear by 4. Marking trying his best, and he's starting to close the gap just a bit. 16th pole, Run Happy is simply super. He polishes off an outstanding campaign with a dominant victory in the Malibu.
With Gary Stevens subbing for the injured Edgar Prado, Run Happy by Windstar Farm Stag and Super Saver caps off his brilliant season with a 3.5-length victory over Marking. The Keeneland Sales graduate sprints 7 furlongs in 1:21.3. The 6th consecutive victory for Run Happy, who is a cinch for champion sprinter honors. Laura Wohlers resumed training the Speedy Colt after his track record-setting victory over older horses in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. The 3-year-old colt was bred in Kentucky by Wayne Gray and Brian Lister. Run Happy has banked $1,481,000 for James Mackingvale. The future champion was consigned by Ashview Farm to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Mackingvale for $200,000. Grade 1 Malibu Stakes winner Run Happy, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. We'll have the first graded stakes action of the new year, including 3-year-olds at Aqueduct and Gulfstream Park and 3-year-old fillies at Santa Anita next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.